Hi everyone. Today we welcome Hsien Wei, who's the Senior Product Manager with Mastercard Data Services. We are Chat Alumni series. Welcome, Hsien Wei. Could you kindly introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Hsien Wei, class of 2013. So I'm currently a product manager within a global product development team at Mastercard, having had experiences with companies of different scales and different industries throughout my career. I'm also midway through a master's program in computer science with Georgia Tech, and I'm just trying very hard to juggle between my work, my studies, along with my responsibilities as a husband and also a father of a young toddler. Yeah, so that's about me.
Wow, juggling so much. Can you share your
Yeah.
career journey after graduating with economics and how it helped your career so far?
Yeah, so I started my career with Singtel's Management Associate Program, and I spent 5 great years there, taking on multiple roles across different corporate functions, and even spending a couple of months working in Optus Sydney, which is one of Singtel's subsidiaries. Thereafter, I decided to take on a radically different challenge. I moved to a SME scale company in EasyLink, where I had the opportunity to take on like the unique challenge of digitally transforming one of Singapore's most iconic companies. And it was at EasyLink that I really discovered my passion in product development, and I had a really wonderful time there, picking up the skills of the trade through their development programs and their on-the-job training. And so now I'm applying my trade with Mastercard, further developing my product development toolkit in a company of global scale, learning every single day from very talented product professionals all around the world. So I would say that the impact of my undergraduate training in economics and FASS on my career cannot be understated. So first, I feel a solid grounding in economics gives you the ability to think in terms of frameworks. This is definitely invaluable, especially when you have to work in environments with a great deal of noise and uncertainty. You will realize that in the corporate world, clarity of thought is extremely important, especially when communicating with time-scarce stakeholders. Second, I feel the breadth of exposure you get from your education in FASS can really help in honing your creativity. I remember fondly those seemingly random elective modules I used to take, in like theater studies,
Yeah,
philosophy,
correct.
and while I cannot specifically attribute, my thought processes to these experiences, I think they have had some influence over my ability to like make cross-domain conceptual connections, especially, in the context of like brainstorming and ideation at work. And I would say finally, my experiences or my academic experiences in NUS, right, can be summarized by Socrates' famous quote that, he said, "I know that I know nothing." So I remember, being constantly dwarfed by the intelligence and knowledge of my professors, classmates, and all the great academics and thinkers whose work I had to plow through in those 4 years. I feel it is actually good to have this perpetual feeling of incompetence at work because you are constantly driven to learn more, whether from courses, books, or like even people around you. And best of all, I feel NUS kind of develops in you an academic discipline and teaches you how to learn and even unlearn what you think you know and again and again. So I feel this has allowed me to keep nimble and continually pivot throughout my career, picking up new skills to take on totally different jobs and working in companies across different industries, geographies, and sizes. Yeah.
Yeah, I truly agree. Continuous learning, and you really have a very enriching experience and always learning and growing. So tell
That's
me,
right.
what are the key important skills in your area of work right now, Mastercard, Data and Services?
Yeah, so actually, instead of skills, right, I probably will modify your question slightly. I will talk about attributes and principles instead. Because in my opinion, I feel that skills are pretty transient. You find yourself having to continually change your skill set to fit the trends of the day very often. And whereas, attributes and principles are longer lasting, they can serve you better over the course of your career. Yeah, so first, I would say self-awareness, right? So frequently, I find myself as a product manager having to check my own ego, especially when it comes to coming up with like game-changing ideas that I can think of, something that I think will change the world. In all likelihood, right, someone more brilliant would already have thought of it. And even more likely, the idea will end up being rejected by your customers and ending up as a total flop. Why? You might ask why, right? Because the frank answer is I'm not my own customer. right? The best products, I feel, can only materialize from the needs of your real customers. And the only way to do this is to get out and actually talk to them. So I need to have that self-awareness and humility to actually get out of my little bubble and actually do some real research. And I think second, you need to be in Satya Nadella's words, right? Learn it all. Technologies are changing so quickly that you have to continually be keeping, abreast of news in the industry. You need to be aware of some of the more nascent tools and technologies. And in addition, right, as you move into like more senior positions within the company, you will also have to continually learn about the softer aspects of working, especially in the art of leadership and interpersonal relationships. So I think one of the things that you eventually get better with time, right, is actually the ability to discern like the valuable information from the noise. And as you grow older, your time and energy becomes more scarce. This becomes a very useful skill to have. and I would say finally, right, I would probably think that it is important most of all to learn to be a human. So I feel in my few years in the workplace, I've come to realize that life is not all about making the most money, nor is it about attaining like the highest positions of power, at least in my opinion. I would say to do your best work, you need to be driven by something that, transcends yourself and gives you meaning. So Mastercard's executive chairman, Ajay Banga, he frequently talks about doing well by doing good. I feel this really resonates with me. I think that you need to uncover for yourself how your work actually helps your fellow man, whether it is enabling the underprivileged to gain access to credit, whether you are trying to educate the poor. I think there are so many opportunities for us to lend our small effort and our limited skills, right, to a much larger cause. Yeah, so I really hope all the promising students of today doing economics, right, you all can transform your privileged experiences in NUS into your vocations in life. So I think just to wrap up, I wish all of you like the very best in finding out your purpose and driving some real change in the world when you are eventually done with your degrees.
Yeah, that's true. I think skills will get you to a part, right? But I think you want to go higher and so on. It's your soft skills and how you connect and network with people and build on to your leadership. And as I said, because of pandemic, the world is getting smaller. So this connection, building relationships is very, very important. So thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you, Valerie. Thank you.